Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast on Sunday with me, Johnny Deadly, and my homeboy, who thankfully we didn't set ourselves on fire there during the intro. That's not a thing that happened ever. No, not it did. Not once, not never, not no way, not no how, none. The case.
Hola, señora and señorita.
Yes, housekeeping.
How we know? How we know?
It's the only remotely Mexican accent I can do is the maid from Family Guy.
Okay.
No.
Oh dear.
Superman, not Mr. Superman, not home. Mr.
That's disturbing. That's disturbing. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that computerized intro that you put up at the start.
We're lagging phones. That's unusual. What? Hey.
Is everything still okay?
Yeah, I just turned off the internet there for a sec. Maybe it usually fixes it.
Doesn't that mean that we're not on anymore?
And we're back. There we go. Sorry about that. That occasionally the internet spiked out there for some reason, so just had to do a quick reset. But we're back on track there, so hopefully everyone will pop back momentarily. Anyway, we didn't burn the house down.
No,
Wasn't
we
that
did
where
not.
we were? Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't burn the house down. There was
Close
flammable. I don't know how the flammable incident happened.
It was quite funny because we were literally just about to go live, and all I saw was him going, "Oh no, it's going to go on fire!" I was like, "What?" Burn, 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 burn.
Anyway, we have a slightly different show in store for you tonight. Well, 50%. 50% different and 50% normal.
Yeah, we have a movie review, and then we have an interactive movie review. Is the
Game
best way of putting it.
review movie.
It's the closest thing I've seen to a holonovel from Star Trek yet. In regards that, you have a defined narrative, but there are choices that you can make that narrative slightly different as you go along. And there's multiple endings, apparently. I got a different ending to him, which is pretty cool.
I'm not downloading porn. It was the internet spiked out. Sorry, Billy.
No.
I don't know why I'm apologizing to you.
You what?
And I'm not downloading porn.
No, we're not. No, but I'm sure.
Am I downloading porn? No. I'm not.
No, I didn't do anything to your computer. Stop it.
That's a joke. Yeah, so we're going to have Erica up, and then we're going to be talking about the new movie with Charlize Theron, which is kind of like Ocean's 11, but it's got immortals.
It's more like the A-Team than Ocean's 11. Ocean's 11 was a bunch of people all gathered together. This is a team that's been around together. Okay.
Tomato.
Slightly Greek themed as well, kind of ish.
There's a heist caper, except they're immortals.
Yes.
And it's a comic book. But, for once...
By Greg Roca.
Yes, by Greg Roca. I didn't know that until now. I was looking at the screen, went to turn to you that way. That's how out of it I am now after the internet wanking me over. Yes, by Greg Roca. But I'm going to let you all know now, unlike Giz's normal reviews about things that were comic books and then became movies, Giz hasn't read the comic book for this yet, so he could actually be happy with it.
Wasn't pissed off.
That's good. Anyway.
Funnily enough, speaking of comic books, segue into the news.
Oh, It's news time. I'm live.
Apparently we are.
I don't believe you.
So, it seems, okay. Robert Kirkman was at Skybound Expo, which is like this Skybound virtual...
It's an expo in the sky.
I was going to say it's like this virtual online...
News just in.
Nerd convention thingy. But,
It's in the cloud. I get it.
Yeah.
Clouds, sky,
So,
internet.
so apparently starting in October, The Walking Dead is going to be getting re-released in a completely colorized version as done by David, I want to say McCaig? Yes, David McCaig. It's going to be called The Walking Dead Deluxe, and each of the issues is going to have a bunch of varying covers that are designed to kind of like commemorate characters, famous character introductions or mad twists and shit that happen along the course of the story. So this is going to be starting off in October, which, unsurprising since there's a comic recently after starting up called Negan Lives, focusing on...
I think I can figure it out.
Yeah.
The little son with the cowboy hat. No?
No.
Ah, shit. Is it your man with the baseball bat?
It's your man with the baseball bat.
Of course.
Well, they've done an origin story called Here's Negan, which I haven't read yet, but, this is the thing. But
I like the way they had to design a horror character in a TV show about a zombie apocalypse.
well, they didn't have to.
But they did.
Yeah, people loved it. Anyway, point is, starting in October, we're going to be getting colorized editions of the comic book, 2 every month, apparently. Now, the thing is, for those of you that perhaps, like me, might be thinking, oh, well, I'll just wait till they start bringing it out in graphic novel form, and that way I can have my colorized graphic novel version of The Walking Dead. You're going to be a long time waiting.
I misread that.
Yeah, I think they're going to be like... You misread what?
I thought it was going to be... They're not going to be doing graphic novel form. That's why I was like...
Well, if they are, it's going to be a long way, like probably not until the entire run is done.
I went full sassy there. For no reason. The run is done. That's the name of an action movie. And or action comedy. Like Rat Race or something.
All I'm seeing is a sequel to Cool Runnings.
What?
And it's dark as fuck.
What? Yes. There's some guy, he gets deported, but he didn't actually get deported. I can't think of why. I'm just trying to think. Some green card visa scenario didn't pan out at some place where there's some sort of Winter Olympics. And one of them gets deported, but he's not actually deported. It all turns out there's an evil crime lord that's trying to rig the Winter Olympics, specifically in the bobsledding section, because that's where all the fucking betting money is. So he can rig it and win the race with these bunch of uber shit hot, super hardcore German bobsledders who murder part time. I'm trying to keep it in a relatively kind of semi-Disney, but yet not Disney kind of thing. But then the boys from Cool Runnings go fucking crazy, and it turns out Sanka are dead!
Yeah, my one was going to be much more dark and twisted as years after their coaches...
Like Saw, but
No,
in a
no.
bobsled format.
No, like
No?
years after
Okay.
the death of the coach that got them through that tournament.
John Candy.
Yes. I couldn't remember the character's name, however. They
John
decided
Candy.
to get together at his grave to commemorate it.
His name was Coach.
And, go off and do a thing, and it's just all depressing and tear-filled because they can't do anything without it. They try, but they fail miserably because the run is done.
Do you know, dude, it's odd how while doing Erica, we had so many similarities in answers, but yet got to a drastically different ending.
Yeah, well,
And I feel that this
we'll get to that later.
exemplifies that.
Anyway, back to the news at hand. Like I said, Walking Dead coming out in colour starting in October.
You're talking about making a movie about just a bunch of depressed Jamaican lads,
Oh no!
essentially.
Yes.
essentially. Or is it going to be kind of more of a, oh shit, what's that movie about all the heroin? Not Train Spotting. Jennifer Connelly with a double-ended dildo.
Oh. Requiem.
I don't have a clue what movie you're on about, Johnny. Not a clue at all. Jennifer Connelly, double-ended dildo. Right, I think you'll find it's Requiem for a Dream, 1990. Yeah. Oh god, the reliability of Giz's knowledge. Layer cake. No, it wasn't layer cake, unfortunately. He nailed it in one. As did Connolly. Anyway, next up on the news, we have
Don Mancini is bringing back Chucky. Yes. Woo!
not the movie Chucky, just to clarify, it's
actually,
the movie rendition of Chucky.
see, this is what I was going to get to. Unlike the Not Hal remake version,
You'll have the right image eventually there, people.
unlike the Not Hal remake version thingy that we got a while back, Don Mancini, the original creator of Child's Play, is going to be bringing Chucky to the small screen, and it's going to be awesome. Now, we've known about this for a while.
Yeah. And this is bona fide Chucky. No crazy AI. No Sparky Sparks. It's no wacky computer chips. It's fucking... Oh shit, what's the killer's name? I only have the actor's name in my head. Thank you. I only had the actor's name in my head there for a minute.
Brian Dourif.
It's
Brad Dourif.
Yes. It's him in a doll. Murdering people.
Apparently, it's going to be coming out on both the USA and Sci-Fi in 2021.
One is very excited.
Now, there was a teaser trailer released earlier on today. However, in the meanwhile, Chucky has been described as a fresh take on the franchise that will explore Chucky's character with a depth that is uniquely afforded by the television series format. After a vintage Chucky doll turns up at a suburban yard sale, an idyllic American town is thrown into chaos as a series of horrifying murders begin to expose the town's hypocrisy and secrets. Meanwhile, the arrival of enemies and allies from Chucky's past threatens to expose the truth behind the killings, as well as the demon doll's untold origins as a seemingly ordinary child who somehow becomes this notorious monster. So apparently...
I tried to act it out.
Yeah, it's probably not going to work. Apparently with this...
I think I did a good job.
Mancini explained that with this TV show, their mission has been to preserve the straightforward scariness of the original film and the first few films. They think that fans are really going to love to see the characters that they're going to introduce into this realm. With some of the others that you may be hoping to see, there's a good chance they may turn up. So I imagine Tiffany and maybe that shitface. Was that what they called his son?
Oh God, keep shitface out of it.
That was his name, wasn't it?
I hope that doesn't happen.
I can't remember.
I won't lie to you. The Chucky franchise in general gets a bit of a bad rap.
Jennifer Tilly's already confirmed she's back.
Yeah, she has to be if Chucky's in it, because it's not Child's Play. That's the name of the TV series. It's Chucky, so you need Jennifer Tilly. She's integral to the storyline and my eyeballs.
Well, apparently Mancini further teased in a chat with Sci-Fi Wire. I think the prospect of seeing Chucky sharpen his skills and add to his toolbox some of the technical goodies that we have at our disposal now. That's something I think people will find pretty interesting. So it's important to give Chucky new weapons, new strategies, and new targets. Oh, and new goals.
Nice. Look, the Chucky franchise gets a bit of a bad rap in general, but I found all of them to be quite enjoyable. The seed of Chucky aside, that was quite painful. Though watching your one from S Club 7 get murdered was quite nice and cathartic to a certain degree. Not that I can't disagree that people like your music. Original? Not that I disagree that people can like your music, S Club 7. It's not for me.
I have a funny
nor should it be for anyone. No, sorry, that's contradiction.
Based on something that was said at the end of this thing, I have a funny feeling that Chucky may be about to become Chucky on a shelf. That doesn't rhyme.
They better... Okay, we're going to have to bust out this Christmas line of Giz on the Shelf before...
No!
That's already happening. You literally have no control over this. This is what happens when there's only... I handle the marketing side of things.
I wonder if this is how... No, that's probably not how he got started, because I'm sure he drank his own beer and then started screaming obscenities at people. Anyway, what if Hitler actually had a PR agent and none of that was his fault?
He didn't need a PR agent.
I know.
He was a fantastic PR agent.
No,
if anything, his ability to be a PR agent is what got him exactly where he was.
Yeah.
Being a very good PR agent. The man had a lot of flaws, but his PR agency skills...
To be fair, he also read the pulse of the people exactly and preyed on their hatred and fear. Like a certain Oompa Loompa.
Which one?
The only one.
Now, I'm sorry, I don't know what movie you've seen, but there were several Oompa Loompas in that. Is it the little big one or the tall, small one?
The one in real life with his finger on buttons.
Trump.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, right, sorry, I thought we were actually on about Oompa Loompas there for a moment, people.
We are, he's a giant one. Pretty sure Charlie should have locked him up. Anyway.
Charlie?
It's his chocolate factory.
Oh, right, okay, I didn't know we were back on the movie now, sorry.
Well, you made it happen.
Okay.
Anyway,
on topic of tonight, because usually our news is in generals, but this is very much happening.
Yes.
Now.
Shit.
Don't leave.
Crap.
Don't leave.
I want to leave.
I really? I won't.
Yeah,
look.
They have the rights. They have the right subtitle for it. The horror show.
At Extreme Rules.
At
yes.
AOL.
I will give AEW and WWE equal credit for being able to keep, and fucking Impact, because that was a bloody good show.
It was.
Credit for keeping going on while the pandemic's been off and keeping what is a respectable TV program rolling.
And fair dues to WWE.
I say respectable in the loosest terms with WWE.
Fair dues to WWE for leaning into the cinematic thing. AEW have only done it once or twice.
It's the weird thing with the way they have shit lined up now at the moment is because, sorry, here's what's happening here is this was supposed to be a short news bit, myself and Giz, because
we're big wrestling fans.
And the wrestling show is on hiatus at the moment just because
it's a weird
as
time.
I was going to get into, it's the pay-per-view side of things are great because they're taking this more cinematic route with a lot of the matches because they can. Whereas the TV show is still in a rough, normal TV show format.
Main roster WWE is, yes.
Especially, yes. And so it's gotten into a weird thing where people are still tuning in to watch the pay-per-views because it's like, okay, I'm definitely going to see some weird shit happen tonight.
Well, you see this, we've got...
Like, I literally saw Undertaker 3 months ago rise from the grave. Not in a hokey, it's live thing, as in, he got shot and he got buried in a grave, and then he appeared from without the grave, and with the choke slams and the killings of AJ Styles, until they sacked everyone. They had to bring him back way too early. Yeah, they should have made him dead. And he should have come back as a zombie.
Point is, because...
Or like as the new Undertaker, do you know what I mean? Now you have to deal with the undead Styles.
Point is, because of the pay-per-view that's on tonight, and because of the whole horror show thing, WWE have released kind of the image that we have up here, which
this is
Sasha
one
Banks.
of them. There's a few, I believe.
No, it's the...
No, that's the only... Yeah, you see, look, no, that's the main one. But they had a few other ones over the last couple of weeks.
Okay. Alright, fair enough.
Yes, but they've recreated, essentially, the cover and movie poster for Midsummer.
Because apparently this pay-per-view is happening midsummer as opposed to their Summer Slam, which may be happening in September.
Which, if you haven't seen Midsummer, it is not unlike Wicker Man.
Yeah,
just equally boring. Less bees. Good.
Yeah.
Original Wicker Man's great. I like original Wicker Man. Midsummer. I don't know. I feel if I rewatched it, I might. It bored the arse off me.
Yeah, and plus...
Don't get me wrong. The like weirdness level in it was quite palatable, but I needed some more. Just something. I don't know. I've probably watched too many action movies. I just need like a fireball, anything. I don't know. Something.
Okay.
Something. But when it gets gory, it does get quite gory, which is fun. Fair enough. Not for the people involved, obviously.
Okay. Well, that drifted way the hell away from...
Yes, that's the running theme with the show. That's how the show works.
Anyway, so shall we...
Stay coherent and then Is that the end of the news?
Yes.
Okay, that's the end of the news. Back to the studio. And we're back. There we go. Anyway, that was the news. I really feel you and I should start wearing suit jackets for a while. The can't hear you every time it loops. What? Okay, that's fine.
We'd never get changed in and out of them fast enough. We're just like, nope.
If we just did suit jackets. Look, that's something we can work out.
Dear gods.
Move on.
No!
Well, like, if you wore one of my suit jackets, you could literally dive into it, like, so fast. Like wearing a big shouldery cape.
I'm actually... No, don't say it. Do not say it, because he'll fucking well do it.
What?
Nope.
Say it.
Nope.
No, you have to now.
Do you remember when you were on about designing a set thingy, and I joked about how you'd put our faces onto those billboard plaque things, and it'd just be us and, like, suit and well, it would certainly save on us having to change jacket thingies. Oh god, can we just get on to the review part of the show, please? I'm worried. I'm very worried.
Okay. First up, we have Erica, which is, for any of you PS4 owners, is free on PS Plus this month, which is how I found it, but it has been released since 2016, I believe. And it's a fully immersive, fully interactive, horror, thriller, multiple choice.
It's like an
Action.
interactive movie, basically.
Yeah, that's literally what I was just getting to.
Oh, alright.
Interactive movie.
What he said.
Yeah, where you follow a young girl named Erica very briefly as a young girl and then through to womanhood, where upon receiving a crazy parcel with a hand in it, because you know it's always good when that kind of thing starts off. But what's happening about 20 minutes in? She got a hand on a box. Nice. Nice. Ends up having to get put into a hospital where her father works as a kind of a safe house because they believe, due to some shenanigery that goes on within the movie, that she may be on the killer's hit list of people looking to get moided. So upon getting into said mental hospital, because it's never said it's a mental hospital, but
Yeah,
I get the vibe it's a mental hospital.
Well, no,
something.
they definitely, like...
They called it a care facility.
Yeah.
Which is a code word for mental hospital.
Basically, they take in girls who are having a difficult time in one way, shape, or form, and they try to help them. Or at least that's the kind of the premise, I guess, the overall heading banner and the reason why they're able to, you know, have a bunch of girls in around the place.
We could be the GoreCast version of Statler and Waldorf with puppets presenting the news. Here's the thing that we learned, Billy. I'm just going to pause this review right here, and we're going to address that right now.
We're really good at it.
Yeah, we can make puppets out of... Well, I can make puppets out of anything. But we've learnt from a very overworked experience in the TV side of the show, where what was supposed to be one promo, no, two promos, because it was going to have a running story, and then director brain got away with me, and it's kind of like, no, but there's a plot hole here, I need to cover the plot hole. It turned into a thing where the promos were nearly, it was like there was 2 episodes of the fucking show a week. There was the promo episode, which was the promo about what we were going to cover. But anyway, long as the story, due to unforeseen circumstances, Giz got dead for a couple of weeks, and I had to replace him with what turned out to be a really obnoxious, right fucking prickbag arsehole of a sock named Socko, who's a bell end. So much of a bell end that he did his exact job because nobody liked him, which was the whole point.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much.
But never again.
So no, we won't be doing Statler and Waldorf, you bastard.
No. I do like the idea, but it's
I think we would be ridiculously good
and
at
also my legs fucking pretty much several ways from Shag's, and trying to mangle myself down on the floor in the right position, then my leg isn't mangled, and be able to do a sock puppet.
Because I was going to say, what's your leg got to do with Statler and Waldorf? Sit. They're old guys.
It's more from the puppeteer side of it.
I get it now.
Where was I?
Erica.
Mental home. There we go. Yes, sorry. So she ends up having to go there. There's a slight weird scenario with the front desk guy. He's a bit of an odd fish, shall we say, to say the least. Quite standoffish.
Most of the staff are slightly strange, I think.
Yes. Anyway, long and short of it is that you begin to uncover a very, very dark and sordid secret of things going on behind the walls of Delphi House, which is the name of the mental home that they're in.
And the first clue you have.
And the very first clue you have. And my, does it spiral nicely downwards.
Yeah.
In a very, very well thought out way. I was looking up online. To the best of my knowledge, there is 6 variations of the ending you can get in the movie. Giz and I actually thought it's a very well designed, from a game aspect.
Yeah,
it's very, very, very well designed because I was watching Giz's playthrough. Non-influencing. I just going. You need to swipe it this way on the phone. Because there's an accompaniment app that comes with it.
Yeah.
And it's way easier than doing it with your joypad. You made many decisions. Some decisions not the same as myself and Pam did, because we were working as one brain, as doing the couple thing, and we have quite similar layouts of how shit goes.
I remember
anyway.
I made a choice at one point. The two of you were like, "Wow, not what I would have chosen." And I was like, "I have a plan,"
yes.
which
Yeah. So he had picked certain, shall we say, notes in the storyline that I would have considered to be quite crucial in what way the storyline goes. So I actually thought we were going to end up in the same ending, to be honest. But then it just went sideways, which is really good. There's several girls and stuff is going on without getting into the storyline, but the story, because I feel a lot of that does come
There
up.
are times over the course in various different points whereby you can choose who it is that the main character is going to go and interact with or talk to. And as a result, this then influences the way that the narrative goes. There seems to be a coherent narrative overall, so that you have these options within the narrative. The story is always heading, it's like time travel. Right?
Yes.
The story is always heading in one direction. You can drop in, you can make alterations, but at the end of the day, some people think that whatever...
There's a flow.
Yeah, there's a flow, and
Yeah.
it's always going to go in this direction.
You can only build a dam for so long.
Or even, like I said, you drop stones into a river, yeah, you make ripples and it affects how the river looks, but at the end of the day, the river is still going in the same direction. Shit, that's a good analogy for time travel. Anyway,
Thank God we've documented it in this online format.
anyway,
Gives his explanation of string theory. There's a thing with the thing and a bit of that. And
I've never even bothered. Quantum mechanics, maybe. String theory, no. I'm not like, well, I suppose I can kind of see how it all looks together.
it could be also on Xbox, Bill, just to let you know. I just happened across it because it was the free PS Plus game this month. Now, you may have to buy it. That would be the only thing. I don't know if it's free on PS Plus this month.
Now,
or
here's
on
the thing.
Xbox Live.
Here's the thing that appealed to me as a nerd, because I've read literary RPGs whereby I've got a Star Wars one, I had a Sonic one when I was a kid. The idea is you have a book, and as you're reading it, the main character, you decide what to do, and you just flip to a certain page.
Yeah.
So for me, this was like the movie version of that.
What I liked about the movie version of it, though, was, like, say, there's some of the one thing I learned about you while watching it is that while in the twists of a serious conversation, Giz will have no problem pausing for 40 seconds and going,
I didn't pause for 40 seconds.
There was a load of those where you took.
No, that was me trying to mess with your phone.
Okay.
Let's not forget me at one point going, damn it, I didn't want to do that.
Because that's why I said it to you. I was like, you're being a lot more calculated about this than I am. Because I was going for like
I thought
the
you meant,
instinct vibe. I was trying to do it like as in keep the conversation flowing.
and that's why I said I'm going on instinct as well.
Yeah.
The problem is my instinct isn't working
Now,
fast enough for your
this is
phone.
what I'm saying. The difference between this and like the literary version of it is when you're in a tense situation, the timer you have to answer in the multiple choice gets very quick, and you feel that fucking panic of, oh fuck, what is it? That one, that's the one I want. You know?
And for me, mainly because I wasn't used to the notion of it, the technology, because you probably use your phone I've seen you using your phone as like a mouse pad for your TV before.
Yes.
Whereas it would have been my first time doing it. So at one point I was kind of like, fuck, how am I supposed to
If
be
I
doing
have
this?
technology that lets me be any little bit more Tony Stark than I already am,
I thought you were going
I'll
to say
use that.
lazy and not leave your couch.
No.
But okay.
I'm waiting for the day of hollow screens where I can just fucking do my editing.
You mean available hollow screens?
Yes, I know those fucking assholes.
Yeah. But like I said, approaching it from the nerd point of view, it's really well done, because they must have filmed hours of this story in order to incorporate different reactions. And because one of the very early choices that I think we made differently was there's a scene in the lobby of Delphi House. Now, you were gone out of the room, but I asked you later on. You said that you chose to go out towards masks, whereas I went.
I decided to go up the hallway towards where there's these three who turned out to be quite crucial. There's a rabbit mask, a fox mask, and a
rabbit, fox, and deer.
Deer head mask.
Yeah, stag.
As
That was
well.
it. Yeah, whereas
And there's a multiple choice option when you get up to that to pick up one of the masks.
Huh.
Which oddly enough, I picked up the stag.
Okay.
So if I had picked your ending, that would have all lined up
But we saw
beautifully.
We saw the interplay of them over the course of it, because that's the interesting thing as well. You do get this very intriguing narrative woven through it that draws you in, because you're curious, A, where it's going, B, where you can make it go, and C, what the overall story is supposed to be. And I liked how it played off of Greek mythology primarily. So once again, probably because I know stuff.
Rochi, hello. Actually, we'll say hello to everyone just while I have that. Mike Rodell, hello.
Hello.
Billy, hello.
Oh, wait, Bill.
Roddy, what up?
Hello.
Roddy's in.
Did Katie manage to stay awake?
I don't believe so, or if she has, she hasn't commented
In
yet.
that case, Katie, hello the day after, because I'm sure you'll be watching it tomorrow or something.
How? Yes. Anyway, you continue on. I'm going to pull up the cast because they actually have it's mostly English actors, but there's some couple of very recognizable faces.
Yeah, the Dr. Green. No, not Dr. Green. Was that his name? Was that
No. Green, I believe, was the woman, if memory serves me correctly.
Okay.
Or the detective guy, actually.
No.
Is he Detective Green?
Crap, I can't remember. But, shit, where was I going? Interwoven mythology, first clue. Yeah.
I'd imagine we were getting towards the Greeks.
Yeah, like I said, if there's clues scattered throughout the very start of it, so you have, if you know your Greek history and mythology, you have an idea of what the story is about. But even if you don't, there's a lot of interesting twists and turns, primarily the interaction itself, because you are kept doing stuff for a lot of the film, whether it's making decisions or just interacting with what's on screen to like pulling a photograph out of a folder or opening up a desk, things like that. The story does progress at pace, and I'd imagine the different choices that you make, like you said, you probably get to see different aspects of the story.
Yeah, like there's out of the patients that are in the hospital, there's 3 girls that you interact with exclusively. You don't see many other patients in the hospital. You just see these 3 girls, essentially.
Toby, Hannah, and Christy, I think.
Yes. Yeah. So at various different points, there's an option to go off with one or the other of them to do a different thing or whatever. Where I'd imagine you would get a different
result.
Yeah, well, you get a different angle of the story. Do you know what I mean?
As I said earlier, I imagine that they probably filmed hours of this stuff, and insofar as design, that was what I think I was trying to get to earlier. The design of it, to go along and to have a story like this, like I said, we've seen things like this done before. We have the lit RPGs, even certain more traditional form role-playing games have aspects of this built into it. But it's the first time, it's basically the first step, I think, towards us getting basically holo novels from Star Trek, whereby we have fully interactive stories with a core narrative and a bunch of different branching options that reveal different subplots and textures to the story. All of this really does draw you in as you're going through it. Like I said, most of it, you're constantly making decisions or interacting with it, while at the same time, you do get the sense that there's a lot of times some of the options, I think, that it wouldn't have mattered what you pick. The story would have progressed in the same way, but you would have, as a viewer or as a player, I suppose, depending on your point of view, gotten more information on the backstory for it, which then could have helped you make guesses or make better educated choices later on in the film. I had a game plan in mind, and that was to use a crazy person as a weapon if need be, and
Giz went for what's known as Operation Human Shield.
I didn't use Operation Human Shield. I used Operation There's the Assassin.
That's Operation Human Shield.
I wasn't hiding behind
Oh no, I'm gonna...
I would have thought you figured. I would have thought you'd figured out what was going on around about the time that the cop and then your one interacted, because it's like, oh, are you okay?
Oh no, I knew you were going for Operation Human Shield. I was just surprised you didn't kill your man.
No, because at the end of the day, just in case things went sideways, I wanted her to have plausible deniability.
The way I was playing it was I was literally trying to put myself in the shoes of like an 18 to early 20-something-year-old woman, where I was kind of like, well, no, like say, like I'm pretty like just gung ho, let's fucking do this shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna murder you. Okay, fucking let's fucking bring it on. So, do you know what I mean? But I was trying to be like a little more rational on the thinking than I'd normally be. I'd just slice that guy's fucking neck open because I was like, can't. He's going to wake up eventually. That's going to be a problem.
Once again,
I got duct tape. I don't got duct tape. You got duct tape. I don't got duct tape.
See, I didn't know how the story was going on, so all I was thinking is there's a bunch of different endings. I don't want the ending where I get arrested for murder. let her be the one that does all the killing
Yeah.
and has fingerprints on everything. But that was not the way things went anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Kind of wait. Say you probably were wishing you got arrested for murder.
No,
Because I feel you're floating in the ethereal goop or whatever the fuck's going on there.
I'm pretty sure I was on my way to probably getting the, like,
Or you're in a big, massive test tube thing off your fucking box.
pretty sure that
Could be one or the other.
pretty sure she's down there surrounded by flowers and inhaling all kinds of fun vapors for the rest of her
which is
existence.
what she's seeing in her head from the comfort of a big test tube.
Well, I mean, it's kind of what they did in the olden days. The Oracle of Delphi.
I'm not disputing that.
What I was going to say was, I think if I hadn't made that one decision at the end, I think I probably would have gotten the super ultra happy ending. Maybe. Because I think I played it pretty well. There was nothing connecting me to any of the murders. I could have said that someone else committed that last one and that it happened after someone else died, as opposed to before.
What happened to me? Oh, you lit the gaff on fire, and in a saving hero kind of way. Like I rescued all of the girls.
See,
I also had forgotten about my mother's side of the story, though I felt your man was talking cock. Because did you see? Do you know the doctor? Although you shot the doctor as well.
yeah.
Did you notice in his hand? Because you don't see it initially. Because
He had a syringe.
yeah, I was like, oh.
I saw that and I just went, yep, definitely glad I pulled the trigger.
Yeah, dead boy.
Because otherwise that was an ending of her being
But yeah,
dumped
no,
up.
I lit the gaff on fire and set all the girls free.
I feel that's probably, if I hadn't done what I did, I feel that would have happened at the end, except with
Yeah.
the extra thing that I was
Because I'm
going for.
wondering, can you save the mum?
That's what I think. That's actually, if I hadn't done that,
Yeah.
I think I would have. But I was an
Well,
idiot.
it's-
I was an idiot and misread one of the clues and did a stupid.
I'm going to be streaming it next weekend, but I'm going to call it Erica Cuntface Playthrough. Whatever the most abrasive answer I can give is, you're getting it. That's what it is.
I was going for more manipulative than abrasive.
I played it through once as myself. Well, as myself, as an 18 to 20 something year old woman. Figure that one out. And then, no, this one I'm going full cunt mode.
Okay. Why am I here? Fuck you!
So, like,
You're
much,
going
so
to
much
get
cunt
locked
you can
up.
change her name to Karen by the end of the fucking.
I feel you're going to get locked up in a padded cell really early, and it's going to be the shortest playthrough ever. Refusing to cooperate with the law.
I feel you're talking nonsense.
Refusing to cooperate with the law. Giving everyone crap.
Yeah, no, I won't lie to you. I'm
roaring.
going to get pegged as the murderer so fast, it's not even explicable.
Your playthrough is going to be an hour long, ending with her in a padded cell, doped out of her gourd.
Oh, Kamikaze and Yuki, welcome to the chat. I was talking to them in Discord, so didn't notice they were in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we do a trailer.
Yes. Is there a
trailer.
trailer?
Yeah, it's a fucking video.
Okay.
And a movie.
Okay.
So there's definitely a trailer.
All right then.
Which this is. We'll be back after the trailer for Erica, and we're going to be talking about the new Netflix movie, The Old Ones.
Okay.
Peggy 16.
Erica Mason.
I'm Sergeant Blake.
It's extremely likely whoever killed your father killed Mr. Joe.
Is there anything I can do to help? There's something going on here. I need to find out what it is.
There's an intruder at Delphi House.
I'm going. Why are you following me? Let me go. I know what I saw. I know what's real.
What have you done?
For the players.
I'm really happy it had the for the players thing at the end. I felt like it was a real TV advert. Well, it was a real TV. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I have to say that in terms of rewatchability, just for the sake of sitting there and kind of going, I want to get the other endings.
You're definitely going to watch it through at least 6 times.
You're going to want to take. Oh, damn.
That's
I would actually do it to it. I have a notepad and just kind of go, I make this one. Just to try and just to get all the different endings, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I wouldn't. I might get sick of it after a while trying to do all the different ones. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely doing a cunt playthrough though. 100%.
You are so getting locked up. Or shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I won't lie to you. There's serious
gun or
Yuki. I would totally download it.
It's really good.
Even just as a once-off playthrough. It's a really interesting movie experience.
And the thing is, once you know that there are alternate endings,
you're probably not
just
just going to play it through the once. Because I won't lie to you, the ending you got was not good for your health, I'd imagine.
I really do think it's so close to getting the perfect ending.
You were talking from like a nerd level there earlier, from an actual like filmmaker aspect. This is shot fantastically. The way they so fluidly lead into this decision sections, and there's interactive bits like, say, there's this lighter, which I will admit you're going to fucking hate that lighter by the end of the fucking game, but there's this lighter that's quite integral to the story, and there's bits where you have to like flick it open and light it and all of that kind of thing. And the CGI they have done for that, it looks like actually, there's no bit where I'm like, this is computer, this is real.
That was actually one of the things that, you see, you told me to come down and it would be an interactive movie, but idiot that I am, I thought that meant CGI interactive movie. I actually wasn't expecting it to be live action. Even when it started, I kind of went, holy frack, this is live action.
I know when you kept saying stuff to me during the week when I was explaining it to you, that I was like, I gave up explaining at one stage. I was just like, look, I'll just let you play it Sunday. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, it was good. And what's more is, I can see how this can grow. This kind of thing. Imagine this done with a full-on blood and guts horror, or...
Well, that was the thing I put out to all the GoreClubbers on Instagram and Facebook during the week, which was like, could you see this being the future of movies? Like, I watch a lot of movies. Do you know what I mean? As do you.
Yeah.
As part of, this thing.
We do.
As you guys know that we do. And not that I don't watch all of your movies with a critical eye as I'm watching it, but you do get into a pattern of, where you're nearly in like auto watch mode. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just like movie on, inhale everything, next movie on, inhale everything, everything. Whereas this, like it's not just inhale everything. It's, oh fuck, what would I do? It brings a whole new dynamic into the films. Like Black Mirror did an episode a year or two ago, which was same as this, and it was fucking hella interesting. Not half as interactive as this one was, but hella interesting.
Well, like I said earlier, there's a reason why I, compared it to Star Trek's holodeck and the holonovels and things like that.
Yeah.
It's because if you look at progression, story progression, media progression, this is the next step, and I do believe that we're going to get a lot more of these happening. I don't know if it will take the place of cinema, but certainly in regards home entertainment and in regards a genre of games in and of themselves, or interactive entertainment. As I said, even imagine this put into educational purposes, because
I think this has been done in an educational purposes kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, we're enjoying this as a laugh. This can be so easily done for educational purposes, and as I said,
and I like your horror, like straight up
Lovecraft, man.
Lovecraft,
a proper Call of Cthulhu story, and where it's a mystery, and
there is an interactive game that's like that. I think I sent you on a link for it before,
possibly.
That's literally based in Lovecraft stories, but that would be quite interesting. Straight up slasher movie.
Yeah, where
like you're running. Everyone keeps going on about, oh, don't run up the stairs, and oh, Jesus Christ, if I was in that movie, I'd totally survive that movie. Do you know what I mean?
Would you know?
It would be cool if you got so into it, that it, like, proper, like, full blown. All the options that you have available as someone who's being chased by a large mass or slash large mutant and or large slash large demon and or large slash just large bloke. I was just trying to think of all the slasher possibilities that you could have. Yeah, where like literally every option is open to you and just see, can you survive the slasher movie?
Honestly, I do.
Or are you going to get an arrow through your head? Fucking some bitch. 30 minutes in. Hashtag always remember Kevin Bacon.
Honestly, I do see this as being the next wave of entertainment.
Yeah.
It's
Especially like the more people's consoles become full-blown media. Well, not just interactive, but before... Like, I mean, I can see that Alexa stuff getting integrated into those kind of things eventually, or a PlayStation equivalent of, or an Xbox equivalent of, and then scans your brain while you're playing the game. And then,
yeah, I was actually just about to say, because let's not forget there's that whole microchipping thing that they want
everybody,
to do now,
get on down and buy a Wii Brain Connect. You just...
Another way they want to
in the brain.
Another way they want to implant the chips into us.
Yes,
so that
to stop the virus.
And so that apparently all money can be digital now.
Computer chips.
Anyway,
yes.
So you put an app into your hand.
Because it's just thousands, hundreds of years of medicine, and I've never seen a computer chip.
So you put the app into your hand, and you use.
I'm aware how it works.
No, I'm just saying that would be how they do it for the game.
Oh no, sure. You just
Download
get the Wii
app
Brain Connect, and you go in, you just go, Bleh! And next thing you know, you're Erica. It's all good.
Well, that's a while down the line. But
and then 44 years later, you meet this guy who's like, you need to take the red pill. No, but I solved the mystery of my father, and I've met this beautiful woman now, and I've moved on with my life. Yeah, you really need to take the red pill.
You've been in this fucking simulator for 50 years,
okay,
dumbass.
I'm just going to pull you out. Okay, we're just going to, I was trying to give you an option out, and we're just going to, forget it, we're just going to do that now.
We got another drooler.
I shit myself. Oh, you shit yourself many times. You have no idea. This is like, get out of my house, number one. You've cost me an inundatedly large amount of money in healthcare that I can't even explain. Get out of my house. Never play on my console again. The Wii Brain Connect is mine. Yeah!
Anyway, so that was Erica.
Yeah. If you got PlayStation, totally download it. Get PS now. You got 3 awesome games for free this month. Erica's one of them. Totally worth it. And then don't even get it again if you want. Although I do think it's worth the $10 a month, because you usually get good games.
Mm-hmm. Good. Especially if they're going to do more of these.
I got that Tomb Raider one free. Yeah. And there's NBA 2K19.
Sure. Anyway.
The glitchiness that is 2K19. I like basketball, but I like basketball that plays well.
Not 2K19. Are we thinking of the same game?
Basketball.
I'm not thinking of the same game. It wasn't the
same company.
Oh, okay.
Basketball.
Right, there we go. There we go. Anyway, on to the next one.
Actually, when those guys left, also same developers, what basketball? Where you can see how the issue arose with the wrestling game.
Okay, on to the next film.
On to the next film. Okay, next up we have the old guard. I said that very Irish. The old guard there now. Oh, he's out. Driving around.
It's not fucking Brendan Gleeson.
The guard?
Yeah, that was Brendan Gleeson, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
It was. Yes, no, this is The Old Guard, which was released on Netflix on July 10th and stars Charlize Theron as the immortal Andromaca of Scythia, who is the head...
She's crazy.
Yeah.
And she loves swinging axes.
She is the leader of a mercenary group made up of fellow immortals Booker, Nikki, and Joe, who have been operating for a few centuries.
Some longer than others.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Charlize Theron.
Basically taking jobs that they believe...
Because she was back in the days where she was scrapping Jesus.
Well, she's Andromaca of Scythia, so that would be...
Scrapping Jesus.
Before Jesus.
Back in the...
Couple of hundred, maybe 1,000 BC.
She's been around a while.
Yeah. Well,
as they say.
She's
been around the block.
There's a couple of different versions of Andromaca, including Hector's wife in Troy.
Yes.
Yes.
Moving on.
So, the man battler herself, which is one of the translations of her name, haha, leads a group of
Which during one church scene later on in the
my
movie.
God!
It's a very, very well-earned name.
Frack, yeah.
Yeah.
Any variation on
Fuck your neck, boy!
Any variation on man fucker upper is basically what Andromaca means.
Yeah. Ball kicker, neck snapper, testicle crusher,
Fighter of men's
the man
wars.
stomper of eternity, She-Ra warrior princess, Xena warrior princess, fucking China, Ronda Rousey, www.murderman.com.
Anyway, herself and her immortal boys have been basically trying to pick jobs that they feel are morally good. You know, stuff that they believe in. They try to do the right thing, in Nikki's words. You know, so they've
I
been...
didn't notice. Sorry, Erica's available on. It's also VR if you have the VR headset for PlayStation.
Frack.
Game on, Yuki. You're in for fucking hell. Like, I won't lie to you, it was good enough with just all the lights down because it actually does really cool lighting, so it affects the room you're in, so everything looks like you're there. But VR. Anyway, sorry.
There we go. So yeah, they basically try to take jobs that they believe in, that they think, as Nikki says,
They try to
do
guide
the
the
right
path
thing.
of humanity.
Well, not even that.
Not in a bad way. I got the impression it's Charlize Theron's character gets these vibes for people, is what she said.
No. They all, whenever a new immortal...
No, not that bit. Later on, after the battles near the end of the movie, when she was explaining to the guy who we'll get into in a little bit, you know the one. He was bad at the start, but then he wasn't by the end. That lad. She said she gets it's like a vibe people, so I feel there's like some purpose. Do you know the way that, like, the whole...
I think she just meant that as in she meant on a personable level.
Well, yes, okay. There's on a personable level, and then there's having a fucking track record that spans millennia.
Because they were doing... The whole idea is to show...
The way it was described as, she saves a dude,
yeah,
he goes on to do something fucking great later on, and it's always, she saves a dude, goes on to do something great later on. That, like, literally...
It's not specific, it's karma. And it's often the it's often the descendants of the people that she saved have gone on to do great works.
Literally the people. Did you miss this bit or something?
No, I didn't, because I was watching it because it showed how the grandson of someone that she saved went on to do something great. The daughter of someone else that she saved, yes, a couple of times, you're absolutely right. She saved people as kids who went on to do great things. But it was often as not, it was the descendants of the people that she saved. And that's why it had the domino effect, that's what the overall map was supposed to be. The domino effect of good deeds that they've done on small scales over the course of centuries, rippling out, so that despite what they thought, they were acting as a force of greater good by just doing the right thing.
Right. Contrary to the conversation.
You and I remember the conversation completely differently, apparently.
Yes. It's a movie of many layers.
One of those layers being the fact...
Violence! Sorry. Is that what I felt that you were...
I was going to say, being the fact that they take on a job and then it turns out to be a bit of a setup, and then the most close...
I feel it's safe to say you could say it turns out to be a complete setup.
Yeah, and they're a closely guarded secret of not wanting to draw attention to themselves because they're immortal and they don't want to get stuck in cages because something similar kind of happened back in the witch hunting days and it did not end well.
Yeah. Not in the same way it would be now, but neither as pleasant.
No, not in any way, shape, or form.
Actually, no, I'm lying. You went back in the 14th century, you got a way shittier deal than anyone now.
Point is, if you're immortal, you don't want people to know you're immortal because they'll try and stick you in some cage or another. So when this happens, it's not a good it's not a good thing. So they decide to track down the person that set them up, and at the same time, it's revealed that another immortal has been born or has been killed and come back.
Yeah,
they have,
which is odd because it doesn't happen often,
or at least it hasn't happened in a while. That was one of the things that
2,500 years someone mentioned or something.
No, 200 since
might have been
the last one.
250 years or something.
Yeah,
sorry, I had 25 in my head.
I think Booker was the latest one, and that was the Napoleonic Wars. So it would be about 250. But yeah, they all sense when an immortal is around, and they kind of get visions of each other, just as the new immortal gets visions of them. So they find out that it's a Marine, a young Marine. Her name's...
She's not a Marine.
She is a Marine. U.S. Marine.
Oh, Marine, sorry. Yes, Jesus Christ. Sorry. Yes, Marine. Sorry.
Named...
I had fucking Navy in my head there for a second.
No, that's SEAL.
Yeah. Sorry. Marine. You get where my brain went.
Yeah.
Marine, water, Navy SEAL.
No, I get it. I get it. Anyway, so Niall Freeman has just been killed in action, and much to the terrified awe of her teammates, kind of come back from the dead a little bit.
From the skin graft from Jesus.
Which left absolutely no scar whatsoever.
You healed up quite well. Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Holes in necks, people get them. You know.
Luckily, Andromaca arrives on shortly afterwards to take out a couple of guards.
Andromaca arrives on perfectly well timed, because they were literally just after having a conversation. Oh, they want to send you over to one of the labs just to get some extra testing. Bye.
Your lift is here. Yeah, you're cool with me now.
Some lad's going to have a Netflix documentary about you in 50 years. Do you know, she can live forever. And people don't believe me. They're the aliens and Bigfoot. And there's this girl under the thing. And she lives forever. And they use her to communicate with the lizard men that live under the thing. Right.
Anyway.
Okay. Netflix, we got a documentary. Okay, cool. Perfect.
So Andromaca explains that she has spent the last couple of...
Call Joel McHale. We're going to present.
What?
He presents everything on Netflix.
Okay. Anyway, Andromaca explains that she spent the last few thousand years basically being immortal, occasionally gathering up other immortals to try and form an army.
A circle of immortals. An immortal circle.
To try and do what they can to help humanity, to take part in wars that they believe in, to be just, to do actions that they morally believe is right, such as freeing supposed heretics from what I believe was the Spanish Inquisition. Great idea. Terrible fucking execution, unfortunately. Oh, that was the wrong word to use. So, you see, funny thing about witch trials, if you die, you're innocent. If you don't die, you're guilty. They're immortals.
Yeah, it's a real kind of one-ending road. It's
a real kind of fucking bastard road.
Except, unlike the normal investigations they'd been doing over time, these two lads kept fucking not dying. And they were kind of like, we tried burning them. Yeah, we burnt them. And yeah, uncrispied within an hour. Right. Have we tried staking them? Yeah, we staked them. It looked really unpleasant. And then we put them off. Every hole started sealing up. Right. The drowning. We tried drowning. Didn't work.
Dunking
but
chair.
I have mentally logged it for later on. Right. Okay, perfect. Okay, what are you thinking? I need to work out the mechanics of it. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And we've... Right. Okay, we're going to need to figure something out.
So anyway, we also get backstory on all the other lads. Like I said, Booker was in the Napoleonic War. Joe and Nikki are awesome because they met in the Crusades, killed each other a bunch of times.
Over the love of a woman. No, he was in love with a woman, but she was from a different... He said he was in love with a woman when he was explaining it to Niall.
What?
Yeah.
Joe and Nikki?
Yeah. I'm aware, but during the Crusades, he was in love with a woman who was he was supposed to kill. She was of the opposite side of the Crusades.
Did you watch a different version?
No,
of this
you
film
obviously missed bits.
I don't think I did. No, I was not. Actually, what I heard was, we met in the Crusades, we killed each other, we came back to life, we killed each other a bunch of times, and then eventually we fell in love.
Hey, why were they killing each other?
Because one was a Muslim and the other was a fucking Teutonic Knight. It was the Crusades.
Do you know what?
That's literally what their job was.
You might be right. I might have added in the fucking woman element. Yeah, sorry, you might be right. I might have added in the woman element. I thought it was over a woman and then the two of them fell in love with each other thousands of years, hundreds of years.
It was because one of them was a Muslim, the other one was a Christian, and they're like Crusades. That's what...
Yeah, no, sorry. You may be right. You may be right. Sorry. The other one, though, I'm avid. Like, I literally heard that.
Booker was in the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah.
And yes, there was something about him having a woman.
Do you know what? I might have merged the two stories into one story.
Because one of the things that Booker explains is the fact that, like, unlike Highlander, they can have kids, and Booker has seen his kids grow old and die.
Yeah.
And it's when Niall is kind of thinking about going back to her family, and he's trying to explain why you can't be with your family anymore. There's no way you can't possibly explain this, and if you did, they'll
because like
they'll
after
accuse you
about
not
20
sharing it
years,
with
they're a little bit going to be like, "Hey, you've aged
remarkably
well." Like,
now,
I mean, I know Will Smith's been doing wonders in the ways of not aging, but like this is another level.
interestingly enough, I have seen that kind of
Jesus
familial.
Christ, Rochi.
I actually have seen that kind of familial approach to immortality handled differently in other stories. In the Dresden Files, Martha Liberty lives with her family, like 3 or 4 fucking. Maybe you should just turn it off.
Yeah, I thought it was.
But 3 or 4 generations of the family, so she's like always an integrated part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but no, different, completely different though when you're going around as a immortal mercenary trying to do the best that you can. Yeah.
Anyway, because we're starting to run over time a little bit. Long and the short of it, it's an absolutely action-packed, really well thought out story that, while the mislead as to what type of movie you're watching is, or sorry, not the mislead. While the mislead to what sort of movie you're watching ends quite early into the movie, it's a nice little surprise if you're unaware of what you're going in watching. Because initially it does seem like a fucking, we get to put the game back together, we've got this mission, we've got to do the mission, we're going to sort it out, we're big, beefy mercs, we're going to handle things. And then you see them all start to recover from many holes of death. And you're like,
oh, right.
They're immortals. Or something of that nature.
And more importantly, oh, they're immortals. Those poor bastards are going to die now. Yeah. And they do. They do. It's great. It's always fun to see nice gun and sword work at the same time.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And when she whips out the axe, it's just like, bye-bye.
It's
bye-bye.
So good.
Bye-bye.
My big green lantern axe.
So basically, this film seems to be looking as serving as the first in the series with the ground rules for the immortality laid down, including, and this is an important one, the fact that they can eventually die, and it is...
no, just to clarify, Bill, because you weren't listening to the review, there can be more than one.
More than one what?
Immortal.
For frack's sake. Anyway. So, yeah, basically, one of the interesting things about this is that the end of their immortality is rather arbitrary.
Yeah, whenever it happens, it happens.
Yeah, which makes for an interesting game of Russian roulette.
Yeah, because well, I suppose you get so nonchalant to taking slugs in the chest that you forget.
And yet at the same time it means that they...
Because that nonchalance comes back and bites someone in the ass later on.
Kind of. I mean, it means that after a while they're going into a mission and it's not like, oh, I'm definitely walking out of this. It's, I wonder, am I walking out of this one?
Love Blade. I'm talking to the chat.
Okay. Well, yeah, set up for another film.
Charlize Theron.
What he said has already said that she'd be up for doing a sequel,
which is good because there's a fucking definite sequel there.
Yes, there is.
Like they couldn't have set up for more of a sequel than if the sequel went out and went, how do you?
They basically said to be continued at the end.
How
of
to
it.
set up a sequel.com.
Yeah, they basically said to be continued at the end of it. In a fantastic way.
They didn't literally say it, but they did. But they didn't.
Visually, they did.
Visually, they did.
Yes.
With the storyline.
Yes. Trailer?
Yes, trailer. We're going to hit the trailer and then we're going to come back and say our goodbyes and all of that. So here's the trailer for The Old Guard and we'll be back to say toodaloo soon. I don't know, they're valid lyrics these days.
That's bloody well disturbing.
Although Jack Black...
I was going to say, to be fair, they've been valid lyrics since like the 60s or 70s.
Tenacious D especially.
50s,
yeah, that was the
Old Guard.
That was the trailer for The Old Guard. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good fun. Now,
action-packed, ass-kicky goodness, and I won't lie to you, I could watch Charlize Theron murder people all day long, because god damn it, she was annihilating people in that movie.
She was, and to be fair,
Annihilating.
I feel comfortable saying that if I had read the comic, I probably would have liked this anyway, since Greg Rucka kind of wrote it.
Oh, it's a Greg Rucka.
The guy that wrote the comic
I know it was a joke.
also wrote the film.
That's cool.
Yes,
That doesn't happen
that was
ordinarily.
the point that I was trying to.
Sin City.
300.
Same thing. Same guy.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was. I'm
You
going
were
to let
looking-
that one
yeah.
slide.
Sorry, I was very
there
confident in
in
my answer, but he's such a comic book nerd.
It wasn't that. It was in my head. You went Sin City, and I was kind of like, those are two different films. And for a second, I kind of went, done by the same guy. He's right. Okay. My brain just for a second. But we're good. We're good. We're all good. I think, yeah.
As in, I meant like, as in, it was another movie where
Frank
the
Miller.
comic book writer also wrote the movie.
Yes, because it was Frank Miller both times.
Yes. He also directed it, actually, didn't he? Or heavily involved.
He directed a segment in Sin City, which is what had the whole Tarantino... No, not Tarantino. Rodriguez kerfuffle. Because Miller wouldn't have been part of the Directors Guild or whatever they call themselves. And so other people went, he can't do that.
And then he brought in Rodriguez and he was like, I can do it. And they're like, oh, fuck.
Well, no, Rodriguez already directed it. Brought in Tarantino to do one scene.
Yes. The rooftop scene.
No, the car scene where it's Dwight and...
Yeah, and the head.
Yeah.
Dwight in the head.
Those chicks really let you down.
So good.
It's great. It's fucking great.
Anyway, as is customary on a Sunday night, myself and the kids are over on American Horrors. We're still technically on holidays, so it's a rerun of one of our episodes. So this Sunday, myself and kids are going to be reviewing Fantasy Island, which came out a month or two ago, which we did get. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It was a nice idea.
It was a nice idea. Yes, that's a very polite way of putting it. It was a nice idea. Anyway, we're going to leave you with a trailer for that. And other than that, join myself and the kids next week. We're going to be talking about some other sort of mad horror bollocks. And GoreCast out. Wow.
See, isn't this better? We're out of the house. We're somewhere nice and fun. This is
Yeah,
great.
we're out of the house, in a larger house of books, where I now have to wear a mask while reading the books.
Come on, man.
It's a hoot.
Libraries are great. Come on, stories.
I won't lie to you, dude. I had like a slightly bigger plans for my summer involving booze and a band, baby.
You know what? Fine.
Sexy
Fine.
wenches.
I'll solve this right now.
You bought your Necronomicon to the library?
No, it's the library edition.
The library have a Necronomicon?
Of course. Invoque por todos Isla de Fantasma.
Phantasma. What the fuck? Where are we? Oh my god, man, it is hot as fuck here.
See, isn't this better? Nice outdoors, sunny. I brought us to Fantasy Island, man.
No, idiot. You brought us to Phantom Island. Phantasm is phantom in Spanish. Fantasia. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. Phantom Island. Awesome. If that purple suited git shows up, you're in a lot of trouble, bucko.
I can fix this, alright? I can fix it.
Why don't you just zap us back to Fantasy Island or zap us back to the library or something?
Because I don't have... That's a library book. You don't take books out of a library. Look, it's alright, okay? I can fix this. I'll figure something out. I will fix this.
Actually, it does give me a good idea for an episode. Join myself and the kids this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, whatever that equates to as GMT, is only on American Horrors for a brand new episode where we're going to be reviewing the new Fantasy Island movie.
Hey, look, boss the plane, boss the plane!
Yeah, you better flag that fucking plane or we're not getting off this bloody island.